as DeMarcus Lawrence joins you now here on your home of the Cowboys. And a good afternoon, sir. How the heck are you?
What up, though? How we doing?
Man, doing good. You know, we're Thursday here. I think the fan base is kind of recovered from Green Bay. Now we're getting excited about Minnesota. But we need to know from you, Tank, before we get too excited. I saw you didn't practice today. Are you going to be good to go on Sunday?
Oh, most definitely. Just taking it day by day. Trying to look out for my health on the good side, knowing that it's a long season. So we're going to take it day by day, and we'll see on Sunday.
Okay. All right. That sounds promising. It was a tough one against the Packers, but man, you made another play. You're now third all-time on the Cowboys in forced fumbles behind Greg Ellis and D. Ware. What do you think of that? Do you have time to reflect on it here in the heat of battle in the middle of the season?
No, I think about that in retirement one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, being in the moment, it's so hard to think about all you achieved. I mean, so you have to, just keep going through it and think about it once you get out the storm.
I just think it's awesome that where you were like 4 or 5 years in, I forget exactly where it was, but the back injuries came up and it kind of threatened things. It seemed like that anyway from the media. And for you to get to the other side of it and have so many productive seasons on the other side of it, I think that's pretty amazing.
Oh, man, appreciate it, man. Yeah, man, it's tough times. I feel like, my Father and Savior, Jesus Christ, sends us through, different battles and, different tough times to see if we can make it to the other side. I mean, some situations like that can break people,
Yeah.
I mean, and he made a strong man in me, so I made it.
Yes, sir. So what is the most important thing for you and getting that ball out there? What are you looking to do that makes you so successful?
I mean, really, just tackling. I try to wrap the waist first off. If I can wrap the waist, then I can pull the quarterback in tighter, and then I can, reach for the ball. But, a lot of times when the quarterback's stepping up in the pocket, they actually have the ball down by their waist. So, I get lucky sometimes.
Tank, look, we've asked you about, the run defense, and obviously last week wasn't the results you guys wanted. You're playing your ass off out there, but how pissed off are you guys in that locker room right now and heading into that Minnesota game wanting to correct these things?
I'd say we were more pissed off, right after the game. I feel like our mindsets don't settle in. We understand, what we did wrong, and we don't made our corrections. Now it's really all about going out there and improving now. So I feel like us as a team, we don't settle into our roles and understand, how to get better from this. And, we put that behind us, and now, we're ready for the next game.
Yeah, Tank, you're one of the best I've seen at playing that defensive end and being a complete player. We've talked about that before. And is it a little bit about, because you'll cross-face guys. When the ball goes outside, you're not going to get, like, crack-blocked or hooked. You're cross-facing guys and stuff like that. Is that what we're lacking a little bit at times? Because I watch you play technique, and I'm thinking, he understands. And then you watch others, and you're like, oh, man, don't get hooked by that guy. Don't let him hook you like that.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. It's football. You have, plays called and, different assignments that you have to, make sure you're assigned for. And you're getting that job done first, and then you can worry about the next job. But I just really say, sometimes, it's just communication, if we get those, crack blocks outside, we got to be listening for our nickel or corner or whatever. So, just cleaning up the communication, making sure we all on the same page and, we can play freely.
So real quick, though, if you, like you say, if that nickel or corner doesn't make the crack call, you're like going up to him after the play and going, bro, come on, you got to help me here, right? So that's part of the communication, though, that you guys go through in order to be able to cross-face like I talked to and keep that ball and keep that outside shoulder free, right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. But, for on the D-line standpoint, we as a D-line, accept our job responsibility, and it's
Sure.
no, situation that we should not own the run. So, we take full responsibility, for our defense, and, we're going to stand up tall.
How much more in-game fatigue is there, Tank, when you're playing against a team that is running maybe a considerably more often than they're passing? Or as an edge rusher, is it just as exhausting because having to rush the passer down in, down out if a team's going to throw the ball 45 times pretty exhausting as well? But they always say, like, you're exhausted in the fourth quarter as a defense if the team's been running a ton, and I wonder if that's actually true or if that's more theory.
Yeah, it just depends on the team. Some teams, the offensive line run off the ball, just like the running back, but some teams, they just like to catch and, run you sideways, So, I mean, it just depends on the game, too. Some teams are just more physical than others. And, I like to, think that we oppose our will on other teams more than they oppose their will on us, so.
It's Tank Lawrence here on The Fan. The message Coach McCarthy had was that pass rushing is a privilege. Has that been the message to you guys internally, and what all does he mean by that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You got to earn the right to rush the passer, and what he means by that is, if you got a good running back in the backfield, you're going to have to stop him first and foremost, and then you have to put him in passing situations. If it's a 3rd and 8 or, a 2nd and 8 or whatever. You have to understand situational football and know those pass situations. So you have to earn that right. But if, a team is up by 7 points or whatever, they can run the ball all day.
Yeah, the Packers ran it 62% of the time. That's a record by a wide margin with Aaron Rodgers as the quarterback. Do you think the Vikings and other teams are just going to try the same thing with like a 2-to-1 run-to-pass ratio on you guys?
Well, I feel like, we have to look at the big picture. The Packers just came off of, a 5-game losing streak.
Sure. Yeah.
So, it was really about them getting their team back on track and, making sure they establish, their offense up front. So, I mean, I would have ran the ball too if I had lost 5 games in a row, especially coming in, to who we are as the Dallas Cowboys defense, so.
Hey, Tank, when you were studying the tape of the Buffalo-Minnesota game and the ending of that game, have you ever seen a crazier ending with Minnesota making that stop on the Buffalo goal line that way, to get the ball back or get the touchdown that way? Have you seen anything like that? Ending was just absolutely wild.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, but that's the game of football. It's a game of inches, and these type plays that's going on, at this part of the season is showing it. Can't get no better than that, So, hats off to that last game.
Tank, as you prepare for this Vikings offense, they got a lot of weapons. They had T.J. Hockenson, who you just got to play a couple weeks ago with the Lions. What stands out to you about this team?
Just feel like they well balanced all around. They got a solid offensive line. Kirk Cousins is playing, great football right now. They got 2 backs and, Dalvin Cook and Madison. So, and then they got Jefferson outside. So they, well-rounded, and, they're playing great ball together right now. I mean, their record speaks for itself.
Tank, we're at Mexican Bar Company in Plano right now. Saturday nights, they turn this bad boy into a salsa dancing bonanza. Is Tank Lawrence getting in on some salsa dancing when the time is right?
No, man. Tank Lawrence got 2 left feet.
That's a great note.
I have a feeling you're being modest, sir.
That's good. 2 left feet and you're still playing in the NFL. Damn, that's talented.
Hey, somehow I bend the edge. Oh, yeah.
Appreciate it. As always, Tank, fantastic job. Give him hell, and we will be pulling for you, sir.
You know it, man. Y'all have a good night.